Have you ever fallen asleep with your eyes open? I mean, I guess if you did
How would I
and nobody
know?
told you, you wouldn't know.
Yeah.
One of my friends did, and it happened when we were in like, God, man, maybe like sixth grade, but it stuck with me because it was freaky as shit. It was, I'm like, it was weird. Um, it was, God, it was one of the Mario Party games came out, and those games were like addictive.
Oh yeah, they were the
Like,
best.
yeah, you have
They
like
were
a group.
fun with groups of people, dude.
Yes,
Because you
yes.
had all the little mini games. You're
Oh,
all
there were
competing.
so many of them. So many of
The
them.
ones for the Wii, those were the fun ones because those are the ones like you had the one where you have to like inflate the balloon, so you have to use the remote,
Yeah. Oh, that's
all
cool.
the
That's
Wii
cool.
motion stuff.
See,
That was the fun
we
one.
were playing on N64 because back
Oh
when
yeah,
I
no, I
was.
played it since then.
Yeah. Okay. So, dude, we pulled an all-nighter with that game. Like,
It's
it
easy to
was
do.
stupid how late we. Yeah, and we were like, and I'll use his name, our friend Ryan. He doesn't. I highly doubt he's listening, but if he is, Ryan, you're cool. Message me, dude. Like, but
I
he's
haven't
not.
talked to you in years, man.
Honestly, yeah, it's been a long time, and me and him were like best friends growing up. So, oh no, just stop. Miss him so much. Okay, I'm good. I'm good,
All right.
guys. But anyways, we stayed up all night playing this game, and it got to I don't remember what the mini game was, but it got to a part where we were competing, because that's like all you do. And I'm going, and all of a sudden his dude's not moving at all, and I'm like, "What are you doing?" I just start playing. Like, what are you doing? I looked over, and he's just like, I mean, those of you that aren't watching, you don't get to see, but he's just like this, just totally dead faced. He looked like a dead person with his eyes open, and I'm like, Ryan, Ryan.
His eyes weren't like rolled to the back of his head or anything.
No, he was looking straight ahead, man.
That's fucking creepy.
Yeah. And his eyes were.
What I wonder is because your eyes are technically a part of your brain. It's like the only exposed part of your brain. So
Yeah.
if they're open, does your brain like shut down that like that input?
It's like, okay, I have two of my friends have fallen asleep with their eyes open. This is the first instance. And he just, and I even like waved my hand like in front of
You sure they're
him.
not like fucking with you?
I mean, that'd be some like pretty good acting because I knew that he was tired because it was like freaking 4 or 5 in the morning. Like I knew he was tired, and he was quiet, and we were playing, and his dude just stopped moving, and so I like did a double take at him, and his eyes were like open. But I mean, I guarantee you, he was out. Like he was out, and I was like, hey, and like touched his shoulder, and then when he like came to or whatever, he just was like, oh hey. I'm like, dude, you were asleep. He's like, I was? Yeah, like you were asleep. He's just like, weird. And then we kept playing. It was trippy.
No,
And then
I don't know if I have. Nobody's ever told me.
I mean, I feel like for you to do that, you really got to be like on the precipice, of just crashing, because that's
I've
pretty
fallen
much
asleep standing up though. That's
okay.
possible.
And you weren't leaning on anything?
Yeah, no, I was leaning because I was standing in line waiting for a ride. So like I was leaning like up against the rock and like.
Okay, yeah, I can see that, but just imagine like somebody just falls asleep and just.
Oh yeah.
falls. Oh man, yeah. I haven't fallen asleep leaning on anything either. But I know. Okay, so in order to get your plumbing license, you have to go to a class every year called continuous education, and you go in this classroom and you listen about plumbing for 8 hours. It's horrible, especially because there's not a whole lot that really changes. I mean, it's mostly about like plumbing law, which is just so boring, man.
So all you have to do is take an 8-hour course every year?
Well, okay. To renew your license, yes. To obtain your license, the first time you have to do other stuff.
Okay.
But in order for me to renew my license with the state, I have to take the class every single year. Every year the class is different, although it's really not, but it is. So one of the very first things that he says, the instructor, is like, if you fall asleep, you lose credit, you have to come back and take the class again and pay another like $100 or I think $75 per person to take the class. Well, the company pays for it. But not everybody's company does. I just got lucky. Okay. So the first thing he says is if you fall asleep, you lose credit. So he says if you feel like you need to go to sleep, stand up and go to the back of the room and stand. And I'm like, yeah, I guess, because you won't fall asleep if you're standing. But if you did, it'd be funny because you just like straight up fall. And so the second time a friend of mine fell asleep, it was also while gaming. Me and a couple of my friends were all playing the NHL hockey games, which I know you play a lot of. We were playing, and yeah, right, you got a hockey shirt on. Yeah, so you got to tell people what you're doing, Josh. Not everyone's watching you.
Oh, yeah. I showed my shirt with a little digital hockey.
Is this your first time doing a visual podcast?
This is my first time doing anything visual.
I know.
I'm normally blind.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah. Looks good. I mean, I would say it's going well. I can see you. It's just so wonderful.
Right?
Well, we were playing, and she fell asleep with her eyes open, and it was once again, it was weird. And I immediately thought of my other friend. I was like, oh, this has happened before. Whoa. And I did the same thing. Like I put my hand over her face, and but she wasn't as far asleep as my other friend was because she like started blinking, and she's like, what happened? I was like, you fell asleep. She's like, I saw your hand, but I like couldn't say anything. I was like, yeah, that's really weird. Like you were asleep.
Yeah, that's creepy.
But she was like, I don't think I was. I was like, well, I was talking to you. You didn't say anything. She's like, I didn't answer. I'm like, no, you didn't answer. You were asleep.
Nah, that's crazy. Fuck
yeah.
That. Yeah. I wouldn't even want to fall asleep like that.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely not really soothing or comfortable or, nice. It sounds kind of creepy, to be honest.